We all have abilities we hate or that just annoy us to no end in Smite, be that because they're overpowered, frustrating, or just flat out not fun to play against. With over 500 different abilities in Smite, there's bound to be some that just make us fume with rage at even mentioning them. Well, today I'm going to count down 8 of these abilities that I personally think are the most annoying. This is of course my personal opinion and not an attack on your main, but if you have thoughts on other abilities that should have made the list, definitely leave a comment down below. But without further ado, and in no particular order, let's jump in with number 1. So number 1 is a newer release, that being HEIMDALLR's ultimate. So I released a rant about this axe-wielding maniac a few days ago, and my god, his ultimate is the worst offender in his entire kit. Not only does this ability do insane damage for a hunter, it also has even more damage as you get yeeted through the Muspelheim, and then even more damage as you come crashing back down to earth. I mean, seriously, did this ability really need 3 forms of damage, high-res? Not to mention it deletes you from the fight for 4 whole seconds, which might not seem like a long time, but in Smite, 4 seconds is an eternity. The fact that Heim can just press 4 and say, "I'll deal with you later" if he's ever in trouble is probably the most annoying part of this ability for me, and it's definitely deserving of a placement on this list. Ability number 2 is a less recent release, but still not super old, that being ARTIO's Druid Form 2, Entangling Vines. I'm sure very few people watching this video will dispute this one. Remember when I said 4 seconds was a long time in Smite terms? Well, this ability cripples you for 6 seconds and reduces your power by 25% for that same time frame. If you're reliant even slightly on a leap or dash to escape a bad situation, which most of the gods in Smite are, you just know Big Bear Mommy is going to be there to press 2 on your face and make sure the only way you leave that team fight is a swift trick back to the fountain and a 40-second respawn timer. Ares Shackles can technically cripple for longer than this ability, but 1, if you want the full 8 seconds from Shackles, you can only cripple a single target, and 2, his chains actually take some skill to use. Oh, and 3, Artio's AoE cripple moves with her, so all she has to do is stay near you while her team destroys you, because you can't jump or dash away. It's a feels bad moment when you have to use beads on this ability, but sometimes it just has to be done. All I can say is, at least it's not release ARTIO. Ability number 3 for the list is actually 2 abilities in one. I'm sure some of you can guess which ones they are just from that introduction, but yeah, it's Nox's 2-1 combo. The sole reason that I and many others dislike Nox's kit, these 2 abilities when combined together work as basically a 2-second stun for the unfortunate soul that was mad enough to step in range of Nox, plus she'll do upwards of 1,000 damage to you in the process. You know what they say, kids, the best CC is death. Nox lives by this mantra, and if you're unlucky enough to come up against a good Nox player that can reliably hit this combo, you're in for a trip down the river Styx to give Hades a visit, because there's no way you're surviving this deadly and annoying combo. And Loki makes another appearance on a list of most hated and most annoying things in Smite. This time we have Loki's Decoy at number 4. This ability is just the definition of boring, annoying, and uninteractive gameplay, and it only encourages the split-pushing, AFK farming playstyle that Loki pretty much has to employ if he wants any level of success in Conquest. Sure, in other roles he can fight people constantly and still get spoon-fed XP and gold by the second, but in Conquest, Loki is just a bot that presses 2 on minion waves for the early portion of the game, and even later into the game if the Loki player in question is particularly cancerous and wants to split push your towers and phoenixes and never actually teamfight. There's literally nothing you can do about him using this ability for wave clear outside of some specific interactions like Freya being able to banish the decoy, but most gods just have to stand there like a lemon after they try and chase Loki around after he decoys the wave for the 50th time this match and runs off into the jungle, because he doesn't have to do anything more than just pressing 2 every 30 seconds to get all the farm he needs. Definitely one of the most annoying abilities ever put into Smite, and it enables one of the most annoying playstyles ever put into Smite. At number 5 we have Amusencab's Bees. So this passive seems to be almost built to be annoying. The damage the bees end up doing is usually pretty inconsequential, but the fact that they do constant tick damage which keeps you in combat and stops you from using blink or from recalling is just the worst. This ability itself in terms of boxing and teamfighting is absolutely fine, it's just annoying when used as a poke tool that stops you from backing mostly. Also, when your teammates spread it to you either accidentally or deliberately, that really grinds my gears. I can't tell you how much HP I've lost in Assault from my teammates spreading the bees to the entire team every time AMC casts Honey. Disgusting. Number 6 is SKADI, KALDR's passive. It's insane to me how KALDR gets an entire kit as his passive. Who thought this was a good idea? Is this still funny? Do people still enjoy this joke? Okay, so memes aside, KALDR is on this list for obvious reasons. Pets in Smite are often on the more annoying end of the spectrum, and SKADI's pet does crap tons of damage, costs no mana to use, and can be full healed using her ultimate as soon as you get close to dealing with it. You can pump 4 out of the 5 autos needed into KALDR, and then SKADI just presses 4 and it's instantly back on your ass biting at your scrotum. I don't think much more needs to be said about KALDR. Everyone knows he's annoying and everyone knows why, so let's move on. Number 7 is Persephone's ultimate, the Grasp of Death. Yep, yet another new God's broken ultimate that has obnoxious CC. This time, instead of sending you into the stratosphere, she keeps you grounded so she can watch you suffer as you try to use 5 auto attacks on the cage as Ymir with 15% less attack speed. I feel like they really didn't think this ability through properly. Yeah, hunters might have an okay time pumping out 5 autos to escape from this, but any class that's not building attack speed, which is all guardians, most warriors and assassins, and all mages aside from a specific few, it's insanely hard to escape this cage of death while you get pummeled by the entire enemy team. Not to mention half of your team will also get caught and barely be able to move by the outside AoE vines. The fact that this ability has infinite range and you can be hit from halfway across a lane is just stupid as well. Everything about this ability is just annoying and it's definitely deserving of a spot on this list. And finally we have KUMBHAKARNA's mighty YAWN. Any of you who've played against Snorlax in the Gen 1 Pokemon games will know there's nothing more annoying than an overweight piece of shit yawning on you and sending you to sleep. Well, it's the same in Smite. The simple fact that this ability can effectively stun you for 3 seconds is already stupid. But yeah, it is a mesmerise, not a stun, so if you take damage the effect ends, so that makes it fair, right? Nope, because if you do happen to take damage before the effect ends, you get slowed for 40% for another 2 seconds and also have your attack speed reduced by up to 50%. So even if you manage to escape the eternal sleep, you're still getting heavily CC'd for 2 seconds afterwards. So any good Kumba player will leave you asleep for 2 or 2.5 seconds before waking you from your slumber to get a good 4.5 seconds of CC out of one ability. That's rivaling Heim's ultimate from the start of this video, and this is a basic ability on an 18-second cooldown, not an ultimate on a 90-second cooldown. God damn, this ability's annoying. But that's it from me on the most annoying abilities in Smite. Of course, do let me know down below if you think there's any abilities I missed and that should have made the list, and I might make a part 2 with your guys' suggestions. But yeah, catch you guys in another video later on. Have a great day, stay safe, and peace out, you nerds.